Okay, the next step is to mount our structure onto the base of the camera tripod, and the way that we're going to do that is by using this disc. And notice that in the center of the disc that there's a 1/4 inch socket. It's the standard tripod 1/4 inch 20 thread socket. This side has the angle here on the recessed screw head. That's the bottom, and it will actually mount here against the camera tripod mount. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll use a little bit of Loctite again. This particular set of threads is the one that tends to come loose first. So it's probably the most important one to get a little bit of Loctite onto. Okay, so there's 3 out of the 4. And again, notice that these little screws have an angled head, so they actually flush up flush on the bottom, and that provides the close contact to the tripod mount. Okay, so there's 4 screws. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean off the extra Loctite. Now the next step is to mount some kind of a bracket that lets us screw our structure. And we're going to use these 2 little guys for that. And essentially those 4 holes will also use these little screws. So let's do one of those at a time. Okay, those 2 screws are holding that. So add the next one. Okay. Okay, so if we take those 4 and tighten them down, and the previous 4 will double check. Alright, so those 4 give us this. we have the tripod screw mount, 1/4 inch 20 thread, and then we have these two connectors. They have, notice there's two on each side, 2 screws, so we need 4 screws. We use the thin ones since we're just passing through the thickness of this rail. So this will slide in, and 2 screws on each side. Okay, so we've got 1 out of the 4 screws. And I'll put it snug but not tight until we get all 4 on. Okay. Okay, so now that we've got all 4, you tighten that down. Okay, so now we have a base for the Azel system, and the next step would be to mount this onto the bottom of the tripod. So we have this plate that slides in and out of the tripod that gives us the screw, the 1/4 inch screw, and we're going to basically connect it here. And I'll center it and I'll square it up so that it's kind of squared up.
And we will extend the life of the International Space Station, likely by more than 5 years, while actually using it for its intended purpose, conducting advanced research that can help improve the daily lives of people here on Earth, as well as testing and improving upon our capabilities in space.